When you're a director and you make your last film, you have to go out with a bang. And that's what Hayao Miyazaki did with The Wind Rises. The Wind Rises is Hayao Miyazaki's last film. He has announced his retirement, and it is completely different from his other films. He works a lot with fantasy type movies, fantasy type characters, and they all work so well. But The Wind Rises is a real story, completely different than his previous works, and it works so perfectly. The Wind Rises is about a man, Jiro Horikoshi, who works on Japanese fighter planes during World War II, and he is great at it. He has these great designs, but also throughout the movie he falls in love with a woman he met many years ago. This is completely different from his previous works, but I think it works very well, and it is one of his best works and a great way to end his career. I saw the English dub version, which has the voice cast of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, John Krasinski, Emily Blunt, Martin Short, and a few others. I enjoyed this movie so much. I loved it. It is a great way to end his career. This movie has some of the best animation I've ever seen from his works. This movie opens up so perfectly. The animation is great. The music fits the movie so perfectly, and it just does not stop. This has such a great script going for it, written by Hayao Miyazaki, and it is so real. That's why I loved it so much. I love seeing something different from him. And the script is, it's about a man who works on these fighter pilots, and when he was younger, he had these dreams of creating planes, and he was approached by a man in his dreams saying, go chase your dreams. And I love that message of, no matter what's standing in your way, go do it. And he goes to school to design planes, and in the beginning of the movie, a disaster happens, and he helps save this young girl's life. And a few years later, down the road, he meets her again, and he falls in love with her. What I love about the movie is this guy is focused on his career of creating planes, but he also is focused on his love and being there for her. The music fits this movie so perfectly, from the fighting scenes to the emotional scenes to the very end. The movie is very emotional in the middle and at the end. I did tear up at the end. I've been tearing up a lot lately with these movies, but The Wind Rises has a very emotional ending to it, a very great ending. This perfect build-up. The only flaw about this movie is the love between the man and the girl was like very quick, and he met her and he's like, bam, I'm in love with her, and it was just so fast. Studio Ghibli has created another great masterpiece with The Wind Rises. The animation is perfect. The drawings, the airplane scenes, the fighting scenes, the emotional scenes, everything about the movie is great, and I love that they also took time to deal with like the sweeping landscape of Japan, Germany, places that this man has traveled to work on these airplanes. And he did travel a lot of places, and every scene was completely well done, and the music fit it so perfectly. The characters were great. The characters were fun to watch. John Krasinski gave his voice for the English dub version, and it was hilarious. The whole crowd was laughing. John Krasinski and Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the movie were great together in the voices, and they had great chemistry in the voices. John Krasinski provided a lot of laughter in this movie. Martin Short's character was funny as well too. I would love to see the original version. I'll get around to seeing that soon. But the English dub version was great. Had a great ending, a great title sequence. It had a great end credits. I loved every minute of this movie. I'm going to give it an A. Just for, not an A+, but the A was that tiny flaw in the middle of the movie. But other than that, this movie was amazing. I did travel 40 miles to go see this movie because it wasn't playing at my local theater, and I really wanted to see it, as Studio Ghibli is one of my favorite franchises. Hayao Miyazaki is one of my favorite directors, so I was really looking forward to this movie, and I'm sad to say, he's ending his career. So I'm going to be doing a tribute video for Hayao Miyazaki, and next week I will be starting movie reviews for the movies that he has directed. I have 9 of his movies that I own that he has directed, so I'm going to be reviewing each of those, and I have a special guest on a few of those videos, so definitely look out for those coming next week with I think starting with My Neighbor Totoro. So this is Justin Watches Movies with his review of The Wind Rises, directed and written by Hayao Miyazaki. The English dub version I saw, which has a voice cast of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, John Krasinski, Emily Blunt, Martin Short, and many others. So hope everyone gets around to seeing this movie. If you guys are a hardcore Studio Ghibli fan or Hayao Miyazaki, I definitely recommend to even going out of your way to see this movie. I know it's nominated for Best Animated Feature Film, pretty much up against Frozen. I do still think Frozen will take this, but now seeing The Wind Rises, Frozen does have a strong competition with The Wind Rises. So I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.